everybody for being here today. We're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Kiana McClure. I serve on the Rutland City Board of Aldermen, and I am also the co-chair of Project Vision here with Adam Sansick. I would like to say welcome. Thank you, everybody who came here through the slush and the snow and the weather. It's really, really great to have you. We are going to go ahead and go into the introduction of first-time visitors. So if we have anyone who's joining us for the first time today, I see somebody being called out. If you could wait for the microphone to come to you so PEG TV can hear you, but we'll be coming to you shortly. Perfect. And we've got a new person right over there. Perfect.
Thank you. Okay. Hi. For anyone who does know me, I'm Rebecca Stevens. I'm the Executive Director for Habitat for Humanity here in Rutland County. And I'm very excited today to introduce our new Restore Manager. And I'm going to let him tell you who we are.
Hi, my name's Scott Allen. I used to have an online retail store, and I still do, but I've been going to the Restore quite frequently and decided to try and help if I can. So that's my story. I'm originally from California, moved to Vermont 3 years ago, and my wife is Mountainside Mutts in the old Norman Rockwell building.
Oh, awesome.
So that's our family, just us two and a dog.
Well, welcome. Perfect. Do we have any other first-timers over here? Perfect.
Hi, my name is Morgan Bontrager, and I am the new caseworker at the Westridge Center.
Awesome. Welcome.
Well, I'm Megan Clark. I'm also a new caseworker over at Westridge Clinic, but I'm also a very familiar face to the community. I've had many different roles here.
Awesome. Thank you. Any other new faces with us today? Seeing and hearing none, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move into the mayor's remarks, but I will let him return the microphone as Mike was running the mic.
It's a long walk from the back to the front when you're being waited on. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being here on this snowy, sleety day. I appreciate making the drive out. I'll keep it short today. Lots going on in the city. We are really focused on communicating the the parts of what we've accomplished over the past few years, mostly because it's campaign season, right? So a lot of talk about that. I don't want to use this as a campaign platform. I just want to make sure you do know that Tuesday, March 4th is town meeting day, and I would ask you to go and vote. And that's the most important thing right now. It is what is the foundation of our society, is the ability for people to speak and have their voices, and that is your opportunity to do it for your local government. So Tuesday, March 4th, please go and vote. That's it. Thank you. Have a great day.
And next we will move into Chief Kilcullen's remarks.
Thanks, everyone. March 4th, did you say? All right. So just some updates at the department. We did hire just recently 3 level 3 officers. All came from the town of Brandon. So we're glad to have them started with us over the last couple of weeks. It's been a real help, a real find for us. You know, as I've spoken a few times here, the process to go through once we hire someone, the process to get them up and running as a full service officer is fairly lengthy, but in this case, it'll be fairly short. So we'll have some real help real soon. So we're glad to have them. We did hire a 4th individual who was a level 2 officer who we had to send to the academy for his level 3 certification, and for different reasons decided it was the wrong career path for him. And so he did tender his resignation. So it's unfortunate. He was a good kid, and we were hoping that it's something he really wanted, and but unfortunately he's got a passion for something else, so decided this wasn't for him. But we'll continue to hire. We do have a commitment from another level 3 officer that will start with us at the end of June, but because of his commitments to his current employer, yeah, he can't commit to coming to us until June, so we wanted to make sure we locked him in. We have a kind of a conditional offer made to him that he's agreed to, and then he'll start with us in June, so we're glad to have him as well. And as I said, we'll continue to process candidates, and So we're certainly moving in the right direction. Going back at my whiteboard, I have, over the last 3 years, I've been sort of tracking every hire we've gotten, every separation we've had, and, we're at a low of 26 officers, and that's total officers on the books. That's before you look at sort of long-term absences, and we had a number of long-term absences lasting over a year because of injuries and other things. And so we're at 32, so it's been a lot of work over the last 3 years to get to 32, and we'll continue to move in that direction. So we appreciate the support from the board, from the mayor to allow us to do this. And, as far as the individuals who came to us from another department, I think the dynamic there was such that they didn't see the support, either from the elected officials or from the administration, but whatever the case was, we were fortunate enough to hire him here. And, I think people do follow the news and they do see what's going on. I think they do see the support here from the community and from our elected officials. So we're glad we have that here. We couldn't do this without all of you. So with that, I'll pass it back to Kiana. Thank you, Kiana.
Thank you, Chief. Next, we're going to go into the Vision Center update. So I'm going to ask Commander Prouty to come up and give his remarks.
Good afternoon, everyone. I want you to know that earlier today, I was running radar. And guess who was not speeding? Chief Kilcullen. Well done, Chief. I saw you double take, like, what's he doing there? Anyway, but that would have been really cool if I got him, though, right? Maybe next month. I'll work on that. I'll hide better. So update from the Vision Center. Had a conversation recently with Pat Hunter. If you all don't know, she guides me, and anyway, and we said, sometimes she needs a raise, yeah. So so Pat sort of, she doesn't realize it, but she's like my boss, and I go to her often. And when you get bogged down, and this is the work that we all do, complicated stuff. It's hard. It weighs heavy from time to time. And if you don't stop and take a step back and sort of do an inventory of, what have we been doing for the last 2 years? It's a lot. It's a lot. And I just want to highlight a couple things. Had a meeting with that was facilitated by Eric and Jonah and Chad from the Department of Health yesterday for supporting our outreach care team. And I got to tell you, those folks, and just for those of you that don't know, that outreach care team is made up of, I still got my notes, don't worry about that little thing down there. The outreach care team is made up of Community Care Network, Street Outreach, one of which is from the SUD program. I have folks from the Rutland Free Clinic, a systems person, Dave Carlson, who was a retired substance abuse counselor. We have a medical person from the Medical Reserve Corps. They're like our on-scene medic that goes with the team. We have a peer recovery coach from the Turning Point Center, and supported by CRSs and myself. And this last month or so, we've been in existence over a year. In October, we celebrated our year out on the street. So we're, about almost a year and a half now. And in this last month, the trust that team has built going out into community, only twice a week as a team, the amount of folks that are now coming to them to get medical treatment, getting wounds looked at, things of that nature. It's just a testament to the work they're doing. And I just can't say enough about Angela and Bailey from Community Care Network. It was described to me by one of their supervisors as they basically live as unhoused people most of the week, doing life with people. They call me for money often, which I send them to Adam. Just kidding. But things like that, they're getting people housed, they're getting people into open access, they are building relationships, they have helped people connect with me that had maybe been victims of crime, where we've been able to get people services. So I just wanted to let you folks know that what's happening in that program since we put it together is nothing less than incredible. The second piece, thank you. And when you see those guys out and about, let them know. Sometimes, well, you may not even notice them, right? They're out in street clothes, we're not easily identifiable, but believe me, the folks that need services know who they are and they seek them out. So if you do run into them, maybe next month we'll invite them here and make a big deal about it. What do you think, Jess? Let's do that. The next piece, the situation table. As I said last month, we started this process in June of 2023. Then, of course, it got hijacked by Adam and the governor's public safety enhancement team. And then we got forgotten about, and then I had to beg the commissioner to let us back in. But we're back into it, and we're coming up on our training for the situation table next month. It is filling up fast. I think I'm pretty close to 40 folks that are signed up. So if you provide service, outreach type service, or you work with folks at an acute elevated risk of, you name it, pick the discipline, and you're interested in being part of that, a few Project Vision emails ago, I put out the situation table flyer that has the QR code. Make sure you sign up because, again, we're going to be running out of room here pretty quick. If you have any questions for me about that afterwards, I will be available. And lastly, again, doing that inventory that Pat asked me to do, like step back and really look at what we've done. CRS program. Taylor is here today, along with her. Did you drive today? Separate cars? Did she drive you? Good. I feel better about that. With Noah. These guys, I actually got a call and an email from an individual from the hospital that just singing their praises of like, this is such an incredible program. The fact that the city has invested in staff that can help really connect people. And it's hard sometimes when you work for an organization and you have your caseloads and you're in your bricks and mortar building and your day is planned out and you have someone that's really struggling, to be able to reach out and have a Taylor, Sequoia, or a Julie go out and do those health and welfare checks, follow up with your client, help them navigate maybe in systems that your particular organization doesn't work with. They can be that bridge, and they've been amazing. Sergeant Williams and I, we talk about it often. We look at their cases and we're like, wow, this is way better than anything I was going to do when I started the program. So when you see them, thank them, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Commander Prouty. Next, we are going to move into announcements. If anyone has any announcements, I see a hand in the back here. Please wait for the microphone to come to you. And we did have Chris Loris there in the back first.
Training. It's having some really good success right now down in Springfield, and the situations have been brought up. The three that have been discussed at our weekly PSET meetings at the state, none of the three, though brought to the attention of the situation table by law enforcement, none of the three were resolved using law enforcement assets. It was all the partners who were involved in making those situations resolve. So recognize that while led by the Public Safety Enhancement Team, the Situation Table, and while led by Matt Prouty, Project Vision here in Rutland, the solutions really will be driven by those individuals who are the partners in the community. So please, 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 not just for the folks here, but for your coworkers and for anyone else in your network to get to that training. It's should be really eye-opening. I will be attending the Rutland training because I haven't attended any yet, and the program is going to be continued somehow. We're going to find ways to fund it at the state level in other communities. Right now, we're talking about who is the next community or communities that don't need to be part of the PSET itself, like Rutland's Project Vision, in order to take advantage of the situation table. So you're at a stage here in taking this training and working with all the partners in the community to, I think Rutland is even better positioned than anyone else to really take advantage of the, I'm going to say it again, sorry, the training, but also instituting the program, and could really be a model for the rest of the state. Right now, we'd have to catch up to Springfield, but we're ahead of Bennington, we're ahead of Brattleboro, ahead of St. Johnsbury. And so please, as Matt said, sign up, and if we want to make it a competition, the Brattleboro training had 86 people, and I think that Rutland, with the engagement we have, could be more than that. And I think it's not just a competition to have more, but I think the more people that are involved in the Rutland area, the better our outcomes will be, and the quicker we will see positive outcomes. So that's just all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Chris. Can we have some hands? Who else had announcements? We've got some in the back here.
Yeah, just really quick, I want to bring to the attention, annually, the American Legion Post 31 here in Rutland does the American flag retirement ceremony. It was due to be this weekend on the 15th at 9 o'clock. It's been postponed because of the weather. They're going to move it to March 1st at 9 o'clock. It's where we do the American flag retirement ceremony, and you can drop your flags off. Do not leave them outside the building. Make sure, or you can drop them off at the VFW located on Wales Street.
Thank you. Pass it down there. It seems like all of our announcements so far are in this back corner, so.
Thanks, Richard. Hi. So I just wanted to let everyone know that we're currently taking applications for our minor home repair initiative. This is for homeowners currently living in Rutland County and struggling with either accessibility or safety issues. So they need a ramp, or stairs need to be fixed, handrails, even making doorknobs into door handles. So if you are working with anyone in Rutland County and you feel they would benefit from our services, please let me know. You can reach me at Habitat in West Rutland. That's where our offices are. You can just give me a call or an email. And we have spots for 6 more folks just before fall. So we can actually help quite a few people this year. So just let me know. Thanks.
Amazing. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Michael Reeves. Many of you know me as the director of the social work program at VTSU Castleton, but I am also now the director of the Center for Social Justice and Trauma Responsive Care at Castleton. And part of what we do is training. And so there are a number of trainings that our faculty, our connected resources in the community will offer on trauma-focused work. So having a trauma-based perspective on the work that many of your different agencies are doing. And that is free to your agencies, paid for by a VPLO grant. So if you're interested in bringing some people in to help with trauma responses in the roles that you have, please let me know. And if you let me know your email address, I'll send you the list of the trainings that we have available. The other thing is we also host a yearly conference in the summer on our campus under the pavilion. And that this year will be on June 25th. So mark your calendars. That's $25 to attend, but it includes breakfast and lunch. So hope to see some of you there.
Awesome, thank you. And did we have one more in the back? Marcia, did you have your hand raised? No? Got it. Well, all right. I think then that is it for announcements. Awesome, thank you guys. We're going to go into our committee breakouts, and this will be a continuation from January 2025. Okay. Perfect. So it looks like we are missing a couple of our committee leaders today, so we will have a little bit of a smaller pool. So I'm going to ask community policing to take their front corner back. You guys got somewhere better last time. You get your front corner again. We will have the youth, perfect. We'll have the youth committee in the back corner over there by the cork board. The volunteer committee, you can come hang out with me over here. And unfortunately, training and education and health are not here today, so those are our committee options for everyone. Like I said, this is a continuation from January 2025, and if anyone has any questions, let me know. So thank you, and we may disperse for committees. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start on those committee report outs, and we'll start with my report out, the volunteer committee. It sounds like we may have some ideas of some restructuring within the volunteer committee, so we'll have more information on that to come. Very looking at all the options right now on how we can meet the needs within this community. So that is it for the volunteer committee. So more, like I said, more updates to come. Next, I'm going to ask the community policing to provide their update.
It's basically a recap or continuation from when I gave the Vision Center update. But we talked about the CRS program and that success. We talked a lot more about the situation table. We did not get into the sad news about my outreach care team van that I don't have after the demise of my former command post. Yeah, if you didn't know about that, sad story. It's in the junkyard. Wouldn't pass inspection. Bradford Psychiatric Associates, are you guys still good for night vision in March? All right, stay tuned for that. We're going to throw a party at their place. Right? You got a disco ball? I want one there, right? That's all I got.
Awesome. And is the youth committee still here? Do we have someone from the youth committee to speak?
So I don't usually sit on the youth committee, but the health committee isn't here today, so I kind of, they adopted me. We generally just had a conversation around the experiences of, we kind of took the opportunity to forcibly interview all of the Castleton students who are here and learned a little bit about the experience of college students in the area and what that's like in terms of like access to town and interest in engaging around here and some of the issues that come up there. We're hoping that it will be a little informative to some ongoing conversations we're having around transportation access more generally. And yeah, that's about it, I'd say. Anything I missed, guys? No? Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go into our final segment before we break for networking. But I just want to make sure I say thank you to Domino's Pizza once again. They donated lunch again. There are gluten-free options and there are vegetarian options, but no vegan, unfortunately. But I want to kind of start us off with a positive and uplifting story. And that story is about my experience here serving as the co-chair of Project Vision over the last 2 years. I am so incredibly grateful to have gotten to meet all of you, gotten to work with all of you, and see the amazing changes that you're making in our community. And I am incredibly, incredibly grateful that all of you have welcomed me. I think the youngest person in the room, sans maybe the college students who are here, into this professional realm with open arms. As Mayor Dunn just said earlier, Tuesday, March 4th is town meeting day. I do not know where my future with the city will go. I am hopeful it will go well, but no matter what those results are, I do plan to stay here as co-chair of Project Vision and continue to work with you all. So that is my positive and uplifting story. It's basically centered around being grateful, and I'm very grateful for all of you. So thank you so much. Does anyone else have a positive or uplifting story? Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. I've got Tom over there. Do we have a microphone still circulating? It's coming to you.
Kiana, thanks for your comment about being grateful, because that's exactly why I wanted to share this story today. Our crisis fuel program at Brock Community Action has a tremendous team of people. They work real hard, and they're getting as many as potentially 40 calls a day. And it's 4 of them this morning were people that ran out of fuel completely. Last week, I got an envelope in the mail because the state program is great, but it does have parameters, and some local people are in need, and they're in crisis of heat in Vermont in February right now, and that's not a good thing. Many of them are elderly, they're on fixed incomes, and times are tough right now, and they might not normally return to us, but they do. The problem with the parameters is sometimes it's financially related, so there is a cap, there's a limit. We have to establish how much income they have per month, and sometimes they're as little as $1 over, or even 50 cents over, and we can't serve them. So when the envelope came in the mail, if we get donations for our crisis fuel program, we can help the people that don't fit the state program but are still in need, and we've established that they're in crisis, and we've got to do something to help them. So I got a little note here that I'm just going to leave their name off because I don't think they probably want the recognition because they're a humble couple. But it says, I'm going to paraphrase by saying, my wife and I wanted to send this to you, Tom, for someone in need at Brock Community Action that's in need of heat, and keep up the good work. And that's just a basic little note. But inside was a check for $10,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's where I'm so grateful. This is a community that just takes care of each other. Now, at today's rack rate, which is about $3.71 a gallon, that'll help about 24 individuals out of heat, 24. So, yeah. And I'd love to say their name, but I won't. But I'm just, as you said, Kiana, grateful.
That's amazing. Thank you, Tom. That is an amazing note that we can close on today. Thank you all so much for being here. We have snow outside, and we also have pizza inside. So if you want to avoid the yucky weather, stay, network, chat, and eat. Thank you all so much, and I will see you next month.